What's up, people of YouTube? It's Alex again, here with Reptiles. Got Thunder over here today, he's going to be helping. And today we got something special. As you can see, I am inside of a brand new enclosure. Let me tell you about it. Today we're going to be setting up this tub right here. This is a 300-gallon, it's a Rubbermaid tub. 300-gallon Rubbermaid tub. We're going to be setting this up today for some turtles, some box turtles specifically. So this is going to be for Asian box turtles. So I've worked with a bunch of different box turtle species over time. The Asian box turtles are one of my favorites by far. They have a bunch of personality, they have great colors on them. You'll see them here in a minute. But I'm really excited. So I have a group of 6 of these guys. So I think it's 3 females and 3 males, maybe 4 females and 2 males. I'm not sure on one of them. But these guys, they're all spread out throughout all over the place. I've got them at different stages from different facilities, and I've had them quarantining for probably 6 months now. So they're good to go. They're completely healthy. There's nothing wrong with any of them. And now I just needed a big enclosure to be able to put them all in. I don't want to put them all into any of the tubs that they're in, because the tubs that they're in are sized for the amount of turtles that are in there. So they've stayed how they are. They've been laying eggs. They're in groups to where they can still breed and stuff. They've been laying eggs. They've been doing absolutely fantastic. We actually have babies from them. I'll show you one of the babies. Right here, we have a baby Asian box turtle. I love these guys. Beautiful little turtles. And even the adults don't get super big. Super healthy little baby Asian box turtle. And that's not the only one. So we've sold some of them. And there's another one right here. Now this one's a little bit bigger. Beautiful turtles, really fun to keep. And you can either keep them in aquatic setups like this. This is super simple. They like shallower water, not super deep. So this is just like 4 inches of water, give or take. They have a dock here. They have plenty of places to get out of the water over there. Lights hanging up. That's it. There's a bunch of little fish in here. There's little guppies, and I think there's platies and mollies in here too. There's some plecos in here to eat some of the algae. And then the other guys, this is for a different video, but these are Central American wood turtles. Different species. Very cool turtles. So this is where we keep all like the juvenile turtles that will be for sale at some point. And this is all of the fresh little baby newly hatched turtles. There's a Stephen Rock snapper in here too. These guys, they can't pull their heads into their shells, as you can see. They've evolved to where they put their heads to the side instead. So it's a species of side neck. We'll get into all the other species later. Okay, so the first step is going to be this bedding right here. Got to pick it up, and it's got to come all the way around over to there. Right there. Okay, let's get to it. Bag number 1. Also, throwback to the other video, cypress mulch. Absolutely fantastic. Use it for as many things as you can. Cypress mulch. Same thing we use for the iguanas. I use it for all of my tortoises, turtles, and everything. You just have to let it dry out sometimes. So depending on the humidity of the species, the Asian box turtles, they like high humidity. So as you can see, when it's darker like this is pretty humid. Like I can't squeeze water out of it, but it's definitely a little damp to the touch. So if I were to just like even this out, let it all dry out over the course of a couple hours to a couple days, you could then keep like desert species in here. This will completely dry out, and it also doesn't have much dust. There's some like little particles in it, but it's not like super dusty. As I dump it in, you'll see it won't make like big dust clouds or anything like that, which is always nice. Okay, back to it. all the bedding should be in there. We use 3, 4, 5 bags of bedding, so that's like 20 bucks in bedding. So you can't beat that. Here we go. Bedding's in. With these big totes, depending on the size of tortoise or turtle, I usually go up to the first notch. I'll show you how deep it is. It is, the bottom's right there. So if I make a fist and touch the bottom, it goes up part way up my forearm. So that's probably about a foot, give or take. Maybe a little less, but about a foot. Went ahead and put the water bowl in here too. I go super simple with the water bowls. This is big enough to fit at least 4 or 5 adult turtles in it at a time. Totally fine. They won't be on top of each other, piled or anything. They can easily get in there. They can easily get out with the bricks. I can literally just lift the bricks out and clean the bricks. This is algae on the bricks. That's what all of that is. And the algae on the bricks actually helps clean the water. Because there's no filtration or anything in here, I just clean the water as needed, which is all the time. But the algae on there will actually eat some of the waste and stuff that's in the water. Not all of it by any means, but I don't scrub all the algae off because it actually is slightly beneficial. Okay, so from here, we have our lights, we have our bedding, we have our water bowl. Let's go ahead and fill the water bowl, and then we're going to add some structures in here. Stuff that they can maybe climb over, but not flip when they climb on it. And just maybe something that looks visually better than a barren bin. Okay, got the water, one-handed maybe, yeah, perfect. Water, done. Here's some of the smaller fixtures and pieces of wood that we have to choose from. So these are going to be anything from like this size, like this, down to stuff like this size that would be used for like little geckos and stuff. So this is all going to be small, maybe you could say medium, and then anything plastic too, which I don't like to use a whole lot of plastic stuff, but I do have some plastic hides and decorations on the shelf at least, just in case I need to use them. Those are all over there. And then the larger stuff is going to be right here. So this is all the larger stuff. So large branches, logs, pieces like that. And then back here, we're going to have bigger fixtures. So something like this, we're probably going to use. And I'm going to grab a couple other pieces. I'm going to grab some pieces out from over here. I'm going to put them in front of the other one, and we'll slowly move them over into the bin as we see needed. Okay, so I went ahead and picked out some pieces. I put them over here down on the floor. We have small pieces, big pieces, all kinds of different ones. So we're also going to get some rocks and put some rocks in there too, some slate rocks or some bigger chunks and pieces. So the main thing a lot of people don't realize with tortoises and with box turtles in particular, if they don't have anything to climb over, if you were just to leave that bin exactly like that, flat, nothing else, they'd get what's called splayed legs. So the best way to describe it is a tortoise's legs should be straight up and down. Front legs and back legs should be straight up and down. And when they walk, their shell should be way up off the ground, basically. And they should be walking with their legs straight up and down. If they don't have anything to climb over top of, and they're walking around on flat ground for most of their life, those muscles will weaken, and their legs will kick out to the sides. And they'll almost like waddle when they walk, and it drops their shells down lower to the ground. So for breeders, this will absolutely end up killing your tortoises, unfortunately. So when you go to breed them, they won't be able to pass their eggs. Because of those splayed legs, their hips actually displace, and their eggs won't be able to pass through their body. So for breeders, it's absolutely key. For people that aren't breeding, I mean, it's probably not gonna lead to its demise, but it's not healthy for them at all. So you want to make sure they have plenty of things to climb over top of. And you don't need like peaks where they're gonna like fall over backwards and roll. You just want level that they can climb over. And they do it all the time. You'll put something in there and you're like, wow, that's a dumb obstacle. They're gonna walk around it all the time. Why would something climb over top of it? And they will choose to climb over top of it every single time they walk by. You'll be very surprised. So always make sure that you have structure in with your tortoises and box turtles in particular. And this goes for like all tortoises. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter the size. Like if you have a massive big tortoise, you need massive big objects for that thing to climb over top of and to work its legs. Digging also helps. Working the muscles. You just don't want them to be stagnant all the time walking around. If you kept a tortoise on like tile or carpet, that would be the worst. Flat tile or flat carpet would absolutely be the worst. So make sure you're keeping your animals properly. I have you to where hopefully you can see everything, and also hopefully my camera doesn't fall over because it is very close. Okay, we're gonna put some of these sticks and branches and everything in here, and I'll show you what I was just talking about. This one's going to be really good because of the big offshoots of it. They don't have to climb over the big nub in the middle every single time. They can climb over the branches, and we're going to vary parts of it. So I think I'm going to put it in the corner of the water bowl because it kind of fits well like that. And then we're just going to work it down in just a little bit. Perfect. So what's going to end up happening is they're going to end up burying, and they're going to dig up these legs, and they're going to dig underneath them. They're going to be able to walk over top of this middle part right here. And then over here, we're going to end up pressing bedding around it. They're going to dig around this bedding, and then they're going to use this right here as a back scratcher. So they will actually like walk up to it, stop, and then go back and forth and wiggle and scratch their backs on that. So I'll see if I can get any videos of it. I see them do it consistently, but I never think to take a video of it. So I'll try to make a point of getting that video. This piece is going to be great because it's hollow, so they can dig under it and, you know, sleep, hide, whatever they want to do. But it's also flat enough that they can climb over top of it as well. So I think this one's actually going to go right here. So we're going to do the same thing. Dig this bedding out. Pop that down in there. Perfect. That'll be perfect. There is pockets I can completely stick my whole hand under here. They'll dig under that, and they will absolutely use that for sure. A couple small pieces. These pieces we're not going to bury at all. These are going to go on the top. Perfect. And then I don't use any fake plants with these guys because I'm always afraid that they might eat them. So no fake plants or anything like that. I know this is super simplistic to start out with. We're probably going to add more to it as time goes on. For now, this is absolutely perfect, and I need to really be able to keep an eye on the turtles. So part of the reason why this is going to be so minimalistic to start out with is not all of these box turtles have been in together. They've been in groups. 2 of them are in together, and then 3 of them are in together. 4 of them are in together. There's a group of 4 and a group of 2. So they haven't been crossed at all yet. So this will be their first meeting in this new enclosure. So I really want to be able to find them all pretty quickly, and I want to be able to keep super good tabs on them. So as time goes on, we'll probably add more things to the enclosure. But for now, I just want to be able to make it super minimalistic. I want to be able to see them. I want to be able to watch them, make sure they're all healthy and good. And like I said earlier, they're actually breeding right now. So I need to be able to find the eggs too. As time goes on, they're going to nest in here. They're going to lay eggs. I'm going to need to collect the eggs. We're going to get babies. So let me know if you want to see all that, and I can keep you updated on that. We also have a bunch of other turtles and tortoises here, especially box turtles and tortoises. So if there's anything else you want to see, go ahead and drop a comment below. And don't forget to subscribe as well, because as soon as we hit 100 subscribers, I'm going to do a tour of everything here. So all the snakes, all the tortoises, all the turtles, all the lizards, and I'll give you a sneak peek. That's coming for next video. So go ahead and subscribe down below, drop a like on this video, let me know what you want to see next. Okay, here is the first adult Asian box turtle. This is a breeding sized female. This is the average size of all of my females. I know they can get a little bit bigger than this. This is the average size of the females. The males will stay a little bit smaller. Oh, she wants to go. There you go. And there she goes. These guys aren't shy at all. They're super used to people. They're very, very friendly. They'll come right out. They'll walk right up to you. So that's one of the females. Let's go grab another one and we'll add them all in here and I'll show them all to you, tell you the differences. And there is something special about one of them. The whole first group of turtles is moved over in here. Got the first 4 in here. I'm going to go ahead and show you these guys and then we'll move over to the second group and see how they all get along. These are both of the females right here. You can see they're very close in size. And I'll show you the difference too. Do you see how tall they are? They're very tall and rounded. You can see like the tops of them. Very tall, rounded turtle. These are the males. Look at how flat they are. Super flat. Very flat. They don't have that like rounded top to them. So these are both boys. These are both girls. These are the ones that have had the babies that I showed you earlier in the video. So these females do lay and they do have babies. And these are both the dads. These 2 males have been in together forever, for as long as I've had them. And I think even previously, the person that had them beforehand, they were in together as well. So sometimes it's rare to get male turtles to get along, especially when breeding together in the same area. But these guys actually get along really well and they don't fight or do anything at all. So perfect. And it actually increases the chances of having viable eggs and everything, because sometimes you can only have 1 male and with all these females and he can't make it around everybody. So now 2 males, bunches of females, double the odds, which is perfect. You can see some of them are already burying. She's just chilling. And the males are running around. Oh, is he scratching? It looked like he might have been scratching. I told you I would get it on video. I think he was doing it. Maybe not quite. I think he had the idea though. Okay, we're gonna grab the second group and I'm gonna get the lights turned back on because it is late. It is dark outside. And because it's dark outside, all the lights are turning off inside. So I'm gonna get the lights turned back on just so I can film this video and then we'll get them all turned back off afterwards. Here is female number 3. This is the 3rd definitive female. You can see, very tall on the top. Put her over here with the other females. And this is a shell deformity, so it's not a deformity. So what happens is they'll battle or fall or scrape, and the very outside lining will come off their shell. And it can take really long time sometimes, but they'll heal that back with time usually. And this one right here, she came to me like this. She had both of these spots right here when she came to me, and they've been the same ever since I got her. They haven't changed at all, but over time they will. Like I said, I've had these guys for 6 months, probably actually a little bit longer than 6 months, and it'll take a really long time for stuff like that to heal. So all of these guys are in here. They're all chilling. One of the males is in the water bowl now. Got the other male over there basking under the heat light. Female's chilling there. Female there. Female there. Now the last one is a special one, and I will show you why right now. So this one is a bit of an anomaly. So like I had said before, males smaller than females, almost in every case, with at least these box turtles, with a lot of species of box turtles, but with these box turtles in particular, always smaller. Now, what I showed you as well is the males usually have a flatter carapace too, just in general. They don't get the big dome shape, and they don't get very big. Then there's this one. This is the biggest Asian box turtle that I own, by far. I'll put him next to some of the females. I'll show you his size next to some of the other ones. And I do believe it's a boy, but I'm going to tell you a bunch of stuff about him. So there's him, and that is the biggest female. So there he goes. And you can see that long tail. That's part of why I believe it's a male, that big long tail in the back. So, look at how tall his carapace is. Let me get him real fast. Look at how tall that is, and dome-shaped. Also, males will have a divot on the bottom of their shell. You see that divot right there? He has the divot that a male would, but his size, I'll show you, female, no divot. See that? Flat. So, besides his size and the shape of his shell, his tail and the divot point to the fact that he's a male. Now, if that's true, and he is a male, he is literally probably 80 years old, or maybe more, in my opinion. I have no idea how old he is, but he has to be a very, very old Asian box turtle, which is super cool. He'll live out the rest of his life here, and he is the one that has not been in with the other males before. So he gets along with the female just fine, but I'll have to watch him and make sure that nothing goes on between all of the males. This is a big space for him, as you can see. See if we can get all of them in the shot. Is this all of them? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. Okay, we're gonna let them settle in. I'm probably gonna grab some of those slate stones, put out some slate stones in here, and I will show you them in just a little bit. Okay, and that's gonna do it for this one. Box turtles are all set up. They're all looking good, doing well. Thunder approves. Thunder checked it all out. Temperatures are correct. Humidity's correct. UV's correct. On it. Good. These guys are gonna do great in here. I'm going to keep a close eye on them, make sure there's no fighting, make sure nothing's going on. I'll keep you guys updated if you want. Comment down below and let me know. Thanks for watching. I appreciate every single one of you that takes the time to watch these, and let me know if you learned something. So, thanks for now. Oh, also, I freed up a bin from moving these guys. So I think here really soon...
Stop.
You know what? Are you freaking kidding me? This video is not over. Hold on. Thunder? You want to know if they like this enclosure or not? Look at this. I'm not even going to cut the camera, because this is the first time I'm seeing this. Can you guys see that? Right there. That's a freaking box turtle laying an egg. Look at this. That's a box turtle laying an egg. Holy crap. That's pretty cool. Okay, well, I told you guys they were breeding and they were laying eggs. I guess she likes her enclosure. Now the layman pairs of 2. I don't see another one yet. But look at that. Super cool. Okay, well, I was just saying you were going to get a bonus video on potentially me setting up another bin, but how about in this video, I'll show you how I set up these eggs. And then maybe I'll release just a short video here in the next couple days of me setting up the 3-toed box turtle. Sweet. Okay. Well, she's probably going to lay another one. So I'm going to let her take her time. And we basically just make a mental note of where she's doing that right now. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the egg bins. And I'll show you how they're set up and explain them to you and stuff like that. And we'll put this one in there. I'm now kneeling on the ground in front of my dryer, but I think this is the best shot that I got. Okay, so Asian box turtle eggs. That is awesome. Now, we've hatched out a bunch of Asian box turtles here so far, but they should breed even better in that bin if this doesn't attest to it. So they're in the exact same bin, essentially, just a smaller one. I think the one that they were in is like a 75 or 100, something like that, and they went to a 300. So it was less of them in a smaller bin, but the same thing. Now, bigger bin and more of them. So they should be just as happy. They were breeding in the small bins. They should absolutely breed in the big bin. Clearly, we're getting eggs. And you can kind of tell. So a lot of times the eggs will have like a really yellow or brown tint to them. Now, you can't see it in the camera super well, but this almost has like a pink hue. This is definitely a fertile Asian box turtle egg. Just from dealing with them over the years, I definitely know. So here's an egg bin. You can see all the eggs in there. And there's a couple different species in here. So there's definitely Asian box turtles. This is an Asian box turtle right here. This is an Asian box turtle right here. This is an Asian box turtle right here. And then we're going to put this Asian box turtle right there. So the other ones in here, the different colored ones, these are wood turtle eggs, the Central American wood turtle eggs. And these guys can go through like diapause, which is where they'll stop partway through incubation. Incubation will completely stop partway through, and it can randomly start back up at any point. And that's a whole nother video. We'll do a video like on the wood turtles at some point, because I love the Central American wood turtles. But they're a little bit harder than a lot of the other species to hatch out and to breed and stuff. But I can show that easily. We've hatched out tons and tons of Central American wood turtles. So if that's something you want to see, let me know. But I'll show you how we set up these bins. So this is just a Tupperware container with a lid. I don't poke any holes in the lid whatsoever, but there's tiny holes poked in the sides of these. So there's only like 6 holes on the entire bin. You don't want too many. You just want enough that the bin can breathe. And then in the incubator, there's water in the bottom of it. And basically, if the humidity drops below what it is in the incubator in this bin, it'll pull in moisture into the bin, and it'll moisturize the bedding or the vermiculite on the bottom, and it'll keep the eggs at a stable humidity. If you don't have that, it won't draw in humidity, and you won't get that good humidity inside your bin. Your eggs will dry out, and they'll unfortunately go bad. So how I set up the incubation material in here, the top is going to be hatchite. So hatchite is going to be the white, and then the brown, more dirt-looking stuff on the bottom is vermiculite. So vermiculite is going to hold way more humidity than hatchite. So I do this trick. I put vermiculite on the bottom. It's going to be pretty heavily wetted down. Make sure you squeeze all the water out, but you still want a lot of moisture in there. That's all going to be on the bottom layer. Usually I do a thicker layer of vermiculite than hatchite, and then I put a small layer of hatchite on the top, which is the white, and it's not as wet, doesn't hold as much humidity in my opinion. And I put the eggs directly on top of that. That's so that the eggs don't mold, because the eggs can mold if they're directly touching water. So when they're on the hatchite, the white, instead of the vermiculite, they don't mold as much. You'll have a lot better success rate. And that's how I set up like most of my snakes and all of my turtles and tortoises and stuff. So this bin, we'll mark the date on it that this egg was laid. We'll number the spots, so this will be 1, and then you'll have rows. So this is 1, 1, 1, 2. That's in between. That's 1, 3, 1, 4, and then 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3. So they're all numbered, and I know when each one should hatch. Although the wood turtles go into diapause, so I never really know when those will hatch. But I do know when the Asian box turtles and other species will hatch. So this is how we set up all of our eggs. So I'm gonna go put this back in the incubator. We'll walk back over there, check on her laying eggs one more time, see if she laid the other one, see what's going on, and then we'll wrap out the video. And then in the next couple days, I'll probably post a second video. It'll be shorter than this one, of me setting up the 3-toed box turtle and its new enclosure, which is one of the older Asian box turtle enclosures. So, okay. Okay, let's see. So she did cover that spot back up, which they absolutely will. They'll cover it back up completely to where it doesn't look like any eggs were laid there. So my guess is what happened is she either laid the first one down deeper where I couldn't see it at first, and then, oh, see? Hey, play nice. When they want to breed, they'll go up to the other ones, and the males will jab at them. So we don't want that. If he keeps doing that to her while she's trying to lay eggs, we'll have to separate. See what he does. He's probably just walking around determining his dominance. He's probably walking up to each and every one of them, acting all big and bad, making sure they back away a little bit, and then he's probably fine. But we don't want him doing that to her while she's actively burying her eggs. So I might even go ahead and pick him up, put him back in the old enclosure right now, because I haven't broke him down yet. And then after she's completely done would be a better time to put him in there, because she can actually defend herself when she's done. But she either laid that second egg before the first one and it's down underneath there, or sometimes, rarely, but sometimes they'll lay one, go to another spot, and lay the other one. They usually lay them together, but we'll see. So there's either one underneath her still, or she's still got one more. She'll go and deposit somewhere in here. And we just keep an eye on them and make sure. And you can see that male over there, he's being fine now. He's over there next to one of the females. And he's like big, and he's displaying, he's showing them, like looking around. He's like, look at me, I'm right here. But they're just ignoring him. They don't really care. They're like, yeah, dude, you're fine. So we'll keep an eye on him. Make sure nothing goes wrong. But yeah, he's not even interested in them right now. That's what I'm saying. I really think that he just went around and was displaying one good time to each of them to say, hey, I'm the boss. There's no doubt about it. Let's see what he does here. No, he's just smelling her. He's making sure she's a female. She just kicked him in the face. She's kicking him in the face. She can't even see him. She doesn't even know he's there. But she's kicking him in the face because she's trying to lay her eggs. Okay, buddy. I don't want you messing with her. You're going to come out for now. You're going to come out for now. And you can go back in the next couple days. And if you decide to be bad, then you're going to go in a different enclosure. How about that? He is now off to the side. These guys are now left alone. And I'm going to let her do her thing, let the rest settle in. What do you think? Thunder. What do you think? Huh? Is that good? Did we do a good job? Oh, come here. Oh. Yeah? You approve? Yeah. Thunder approves. We're all good. Let's try this again now. Thank you everybody for watching. I really appreciate it. Thunder appreciates it. Everybody here appreciates it. Oh. Thank you for watching. Tune in here soon for the 3-toed box turtle setup. Let me know what you want to see. Like, subscribe. When we reach 100 subscribers, I'll show you everything here. Every last animal, I'll show you all of it. I'll do either one big video, or I'll split it up into a couple, and I'll do snakes in one, turtles in one, tortoises in one, mammals in one, all of that stuff. So, thank you everybody, and until next time, I'll see you.